Hi, I'm Emily and I'm the Product Director for BOSCO, a reporting and analytics platform. And I'm here today to talk to you through AI Studio, our new AI-powered reporting dashboard feature. So if I share my screen, I can talk you through this. So is create a set of business reports within minutes rather than this taking hours and days. So within BOSCO, what you can do is connect all of your different e-commerce and marketing data sources. So from Shopify data, for example, all the way through to GA4, Meta, and all of the different marketing channels. So what you can do in here is then open AI Studio at the right-hand side. AI Studio will give you some pre-made prompts. So for example, I'm a sales manager, I'm a business analyst, I'm a head of finance. I'd like to review the team's performance. I'm going to say I'm a trading manager and I'd like to see a sales performance report. So AI Analyst is now going away to look at the data that we have connected to this account. So it will come back with a review of the data that is available and tell me what is relevant to the prompts that I have given AI Studio. So here you can see it's come back and said Shopify sales, Shopify product, and Google Ads would be a really good data source to look at for this. So I'm going to ask for a combination of 1 and 2, which is the Shopify sales and product report. AI Studio again is understanding the prompt and then going away to see what data is available within those data sets to come back with the best data that is suitable for that original persona that I'd put in of a trading manager. So it's come back and said, excellent, both data sources are rich with sales data. This is the proposed structure of what I'm going to do. So we're going to look at key metrics, we're going to look at sales trends, product performance, and inventory health. Would you like us to proceed with that plan? So I'm just going to say yes, that would be great. So AI Studio will now go away and come back and build those reports for us. So it's coming back, it's going to create 14 answers, it says for us at the top. So that's 14 different graphs across the report. Right, so now that you can see that the report is generating. So AI Analyst has created a report. It's got a title. This is the sales performance report. It's come back with a description. So this is a comprehensive sales performance dashboard for trading managers covering the key metrics that it's told us that it's going to look at. So as the data is now populated and coming through, you can see, if I just close AI Studio for a second, you can see that we've got key metrics across the top. So we're looking at total sales performance, orders performance, average order value. We have key sales trends. So you can look at the trend graph over, from here we've got from 2018 to 2026. And you can also see here we've got top product performance by sales and vendor performance as well. So this is the dashboard that AI Studio has created for us. What you can do as well is if you would like to edit the report from a colours point of view or features, you can also open up AI Studio and have a conversation to do that. So you can say that this report looks great. Thank you for your feedback. And you can also as well use our styling functionality if you, like I say, if you wanted to change any of the colours of the report. So for example, if you prefer things to be pink lined, if you'd like the corner style to be different, you can do that as well. So that's our new AI reporting feature. It's going to really help clients on board onto BOSCO, and rather than having that manual task of taking on a new analytics platform, this is something that's going to really speed up the process. I would then recommend, on top of using AI Studio, being able to use our report builder functionality as well as our AI analyst to then specialize the reports even further. Thank you very much for your time today. Hi everyone. So that was a demo that I did previously. We had a couple of questions just about AI Studio. So I just wanted to jump on to be able to answer them. So the first question is, what happens if I ask AI Studio to build a dashboard and it can't find the right data set? Does it tell me or does it make a best guess? So as you saw on that demonstration, when you put a prompt in, AI Studio comes back with a review of all of the data sets that we have, and it gives a percentage relevance. So for example, if I was looking for a Shopify sales performance report, AI Studio would likely come back with the
Shopify sales data set and say this is 100% relevant to the prompt that you have given. But you can also obviously start to have that conversation with AI Studio as well. If you're reviewing the data sets that it's selected as a human and you maybe disagree with some of those choices, you can have that conversation and it can go back to the database and pull the data that you find relevant as well. So it's always open to kind of that conversation. And obviously, if you give that feedback, it'll remember that for next time as well. What does my data setup need to look like before I can get the most out of AI Studio? Are there integrations I should have connected first? Obviously, just from an Ask BOSCO point in general, we recommend connecting as many marketing channels as you can. So, GA4, Google Ads, Meta, kind of anything that you have, plus any e-commerce data. So we have a Shopify connector, so you can install and download the app from the back end of Shopify, and we can connect that data automatically as well. And obviously, as soon as that data's in there, our data engineering team and the way that we've built the platform makes that data structured. So we clean it all up, make it as structured as possible, put it in the formats that it will work through AI Studio. We do all of that heavy lifting for you when it comes to turning the raw data into structured data so that it will work well with the tool. The next question is, how do you recommend I start building my first dashboard with AI Studio? I'm a digital strategy analyst and I'd like to combine all my brand's data into one spreadsheet. So I would say it's an iterative process. I wouldn't have a 1,000-word prompt as my first kind of go-to when it comes to AI Studio. I'd work with the software in order to get the report that I would like. So I would recommend telling AI Studio your persona. So I am a digital strategy analyst. I would also then select multiple data sources when it came back with suggestions, and then I would iterate from that point. So, for example, if you wanted to specifically look at paid campaigns, or if you specifically wanted to look at paid channels, I would make that clear in the prompts as you were kind of going through. But again, I would do it iteratively rather than getting AI Studio just to do everything all in one prompt. It works much more effectively if it's an iterative process through the chat bot. And then we also had, can I see where each metric in the dashboard is coming from AI Studio? Yes, it will tell you all of the data sets. Like I said, you can also ask it. So you could say, what data sets is this dashboard created on? And it would give you that information. And then another one is around hallucinating data. So if AI Studio is using AI to build the dashboard, how do I know it isn't hallucinating data? Is it generating numbers or pulling real figures from my connected sources? And how can I check this? So the great thing about AI Studio and Ask BOSCO is that it is based on your data, and that is within our backend database that we then obviously make available to Ask BOSCO and AI Studio and the other AI features that we have. So in terms of the metrics, they are in there, they're in our database, they are accurate. I suppose from a hallucination point of view, sometimes, as with any AI technology, there can be hallucinations around formulas for metrics. So for example, I would always check them to make sure that you are happy. So things such as ROAS or POAS, for example, if you're looking at product return on ad spend, I would look at all of these things and just double check that they make sense when there's kind of a calculation or a formula going on. Like I say, you can train the AI, so when you've done it once, it will remember that and take it into its future learnings as well. So they're all the questions there are, unless there are any more that come in. But I think that's it. So that's new AI Studio, and thank you very much.